G'day, and let us spin you a cracking yarn of four bonds of mates on a ripper adventure through Fantasy Australia, where every bugger wants to kill your face. It's Dungeons and Dragons, except down under, we call it Dungeons and Drongos. Dunnies, dingoes, drop there.
Hold on to your pumpkins, listeners. We have got a very special Spookaroo episode for the end of October. Around the room, can I please get your name, character, race, class, and I want to know what gives your character the willies.
All right, I'm Suzanne. I am Bitch Elf Mackenzie, the wizard, and she is terrified of poor people.
Oh, God, I know what that's like. They smell like cabbage.
I'm Zach, Tiefling Fighter Plank, and I'm scared of wombangers.
Ooh, you saw a corpse of a wombanger a few episodes ago. You weren't afraid of it.
Me.
But now you're afraid of it.
Yeah.
I like that. And over here, the little fella.
Hey, I'm Paris. I play G'day, the halfling ranger, who was quite fearless up until a few weeks ago when she met Channing Taters, and he haunts her dreams.
You're frightened of the character Channing Taters, or just into who played him?
A bit of both.
I hear you.
I felt it. It was too real.
Yeah.
It was scary.
Hard one to read. Weird sort of toxic energy as well,
Yeah.
wasn't it? It was like a dark cloud over the table, but it's okay. We're all friends. It's the original tree today. So yes, to recap, what happened last time?
Oh, all kinds of shit.
This has been our first 2-week break, by the way, so we're getting accustomed to this again.
Yeah, I'm literally trying to gather my memory of
We
what
went to the
was going
Barney
on.
Dome.
Oh, that's right.
We did. There was the
went to-
Barney Dome, and there was battling babies, and there was...
And you guys were it turned out that the Barney Dome, the missing babies, which Channing was accused of eating, turned out they had been taken by the men of the town and were being used in illegal baby fights in the Barney Dome, which
It
was
was fucked.
the main
Yeah.
source of income. And you guys were turned into babies, and yet you chose to beat up some babies anyway.
While we were
Yeah.
babies, which
No.
means it's okay.
No, but they were actual babies, and you still had your faculties and should have known
And
better.
you know what?
I checked out. Plank checked out.
On the car ride home, I was like, what got into me? I was like, who am I?
What have I become?
What have you done to me, D&D?
Well, look, what better time than the spookiest time of the year than to press that particular button further and to find out just
dear.
who the three of you are, what you're capable of, and what you can become on the spookiest night ever. Ooh, I just felt a chill. So wherever you are, dim the lights. That's it. That's fine. And,
We don't go in for all the trappings here in Fantasy Australia.
No, well, in Australia, we don't really celebrate Halloween. Plus, we're recording in September. But, no, I've got a very spooky thing planned for you. As always, you have no idea what's about to happen. Will be a two-parter. It'll go into next week. So let's kick it off, this little adventure. So are we ready for the opening prose?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then let's go for it. In the Forgotten Realms, that's where real Dungeons & Dragons takes place, the 10th month of the year is called Marpanoth, colloquially known as Leaf Fall, which is incredibly Northern Hemisphere centric. Whereas on the exotic southern island of Fantasy Australia, the leaves are spurting lustfully out of branches and the days are getting warmer. And it is a particularly warm evening that finds you and your pie wagon / mystery machine basking on the side of a dusty, rarely used road that cleaves through the dense West Fantasy Australian bush. Preparations are underway because the end of Marpanoth also marks the pagan festival that is known locally as Spookaroo. Now, not many people in the South really understand Spookaroo. Any traditions have been passed along word of mouth, and some of the details have no doubt been lost in translation over the years. Your country folk, however, enjoy any excuse to piss it up, to wear crazy costumes, break into strangers' houses and steal their food. They carve dicks in pumpkins. They carve dicks in watermelons. They carve dicks in cattle. They stick dicks in pumpkins. They stick dicks in watermelons. They stick dicks in cattle. And that's just the women. And it's for all these reasons, plus purported rise in supernatural activity, demons, devilry, witchcraft, dark rituals, and murder, that makes Spookaroo by far the spookiest night of the calendar year. But your handsome, charismatic manager, Wenzo, has insisted that you celebrate, for this is your first Spookaroo together. And he's now dressed as a devil in a red suit with a pair of freshly salvaged, still bleeding animal horns roped to the top of his head. Don't know how you feel about that appropriation, Plank. And he's put together a makeshift barbecue on which a dozen fat prawns are sizzling away. And he jovially nurses a beer and declares that the festivities must commence. So I ask the three of you, how are you planning to celebrate your first Spookaroo?
Well, I've fashioned myself a costume
Very good.
of a pie bug.
Oh, lovely.
It's beautiful. It's light blue. It's pretty badly put together, but I feel like it gets the message across that I like insects and food.
Has Little Beefy got a costume, do you think? Is this one of those things where you're doing like a duo costume? Like, is he dressed as you?
I haven't actually seen him. Once he saw my costume, there was an awkward moment where we stared at each other, and then he has just been avoiding me all night.
And then he got
Wenzo
shy and ran away.
feels better about appropriating your look because you have appropriated Little Beefy's look.
Yeah.
So that's okay. What about Bitch Elf Mackenzie?
Bitch Elf Mackenzie is not terribly personally invested in this. But
That's
she
a
had,
shocker.
surprisingly. So she's basically put on like an orange dress and has like some vines in her hair. And if anyone asks, she says she's a fucking pumpkin, obviously.
All
and
right.
sits in the corner with a glass of wine.
Wenzo Winks, you've got an interesting night ahead of you.
I totally pictured Mackenzie as like this was her night to be like a slutty something.
Slutty pumpkin.
Is slutty pumpkin?
No, it's just a dress. Well, I don't think she thinks all that much of her prospects here.
Considering that her body type is the least pumpkin-like.
I know.
That she is pretty much two-dimensional
She
from
looked more
the
like a
side.
carrot.
Bit of a flat Stanley.
Yeah, a bit of a carrot, bit of a maybe a pumpkin a few weeks into November.
Rotten to the core.
Rotten to the core. Hollowed
And-
out.
And g'day.
Well, this is my first Halloween like ever. So a lot of things are kind of exciting and new. And I just got the memo to like dress as something scary. And I didn't learn from my lesson last time by dressing as something that was, right in front of me. And I dressed as Mackenzie because she terrifies me. But I also stole her clothes. And they're like a foot long off my little hands.
Wenzo's like, Mackenzie, you're looking a lot better than usual. You look great. What have you done? New hairstyle? You look fantastic.
Thank you.
It's like a 5-year-old wearing her mum's clothes.
Where's that horse face Mackenzie? Perhaps we can lure her out with this old carrot over here.
What's Wenzo dressed as?
A devil.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
It was thoroughly under...
Those vines aren't going into your ears or anything, are they, love?
Shut up, Wenzo.
All right. So, prawns for everyone. Eating prawns, drinking beer. Any games, any traditions, anything you want to bring over to this little barbecue?
Plank has a Ouija board,
Ooh.
but
Very good.
he's just using cantrips to tell people they're dickheads. So there's no actual communication
so
to
is
the
it
dead.
like...
I'm like,
so-
g'day, look at this. You dickhead. And then that's it. Then I have a good laugh and then I walk off.
Any questions you ask it?
The Ouija board?
Yeah.
Who's a dickhead? Is G'day a dickhead? Is Mackenzie a dickhead? Just a lot of dickhead
So
related
sophisticated.
questions.
Sorry, yes, please.
Well, Wenzo requested that we bring a game, and I heard of this thing called mystery bowls, where you put spooky things in a bowl,
Oh, and then you have to...
stick your hand in.
Yeah.
But again, a bit lost in translation. Instead of putting things that felt like spooky things, I've just filled bowls with spiders, snakes, like actual eyeballs, and I'm not telling anyone where I got them from. So.
Oh, that one's still got teeth. Yes. That was a nasty nip. I do feel a little bit woozy.
Yeah.
Might have to suck the venom out of that one. Any other things you'd like to bring to the table?
No, that's everyone.
Well, thanks for your preparation, Mackenzie.
Mackenzie had a plan, but because there is stuff that happens in her home territory that gets trotted out at Spookaroo, but she's thinking maybe it won't be something that she does with this crowd.
We're not worthy.
No, it's just a little bit racist. So maybe
Prob's best. Prob's for the best.
Yeah.
Yes,
Maybe when I'm drunker.
November we have the racist festival.
That's true.
So
In which case, I'm going to be totally prepared for that
yeah,
one.
we'll do that then. I've got a big old cross out the back I've been wanting to burn for a while. So hey, look, totally different meaning here in Fantasy Australia. I wouldn't worry about it. So you're all having a beer, you're having some prawns, you're having a nice relaxing time. And can we get a perception roll, please?
Natural 20. First roll of the night.
20.
Wow.
Not natural.
12.
Ooh, an unnatural 20. Seems perfect for Spookaroo.
That's better than a natural 20, right?
So
I've won the game.
And that's the end. Take one. Thank you, everybody. So, G'day, you are no doubt the first to notice then. Maybe it's due to your proximity to the ground too, but a kind of fog is rolling in to the clearing from down the road. A sort of thick mist, which is very unseasonable for this time of year. And Plank, with your unnatural 20, you get a bit of an unnatural chill down your spine. And it was quite warm before, probably had the stubbies, probably had the armpits out, but now you're all beginning to feel a little bit cold.
Okay.
Oh, golly. Mackenzie kind of burrows into her horrible orange dress a bit more and kind of goes, what the fuck is that?
I could be wrong, but it looks like some kind of mysterious fog, Mackenzie.
And as you say that, I assume it's a little glass on your Ouija board.
Yeah.
It starts to shudder, and then it just flies off the board and smashes onto the floor, onto the ground.
Fuck. That wasn't me. I'm a lot more stable than that. I've only had 17 beers.
Okay, so you're minus 17 to all rolls going forward. And we never really talked totally conclusively after that you guys got the caterpillars about how they worked, but I would assume that you probably don't want the experience of pulling the caterpillars out of your ears and then putting them back in all the time. These little buddies probably just nestle in there and sleep.
Yeah.
And there's a sort of piercing sound which starts coming through all of the caterpillars in the group. If people miss that episode, and you shouldn't have,
Shame on you.
the group is able to communicate through a kind of a fantasy Bluetooth system, which are little caterpillars that live in their ears, and these caterpillars can communicate telepathically with other caterpillars. So that are sort of attuned to each other. And the four of you have attuned, I'm including Wenzo in this, have these attuned caterpillars. So this message comes through. It's quite distant, and there's a lot of feedback and a lot of sort of, you guys wouldn't know anything about static, but that kind of feeling of like old leaves crumpling together, everything's sort of distorted and weird. And it's a female voice, a crackly female voice that goes, "Help us! Save us! Solve the mystery! Save the town! Ask for Shirley! Shirley! Shirley. Wenzo pulls his caterpillar out and goes, piece of shit. Anybody else get that? I can't believe I paid 1,000 gold for these.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just like pack up the van and move a bit further up where there's like no fog and weirdness.
Just
Could
continue
do.
up.
Yes.
It's a solid plan.
Though, look, a lot of people would just up and move.
Yeah.
And you can certainly try this.
Yeah.
But there was a key word in that message, a key word that gets the three of your blood pumping.
Mystery.
She said hello to me.
Shirley. Mystery. G'daya's got it. Good old G'day.
Thank you.
Old reliable G'day. A mystery. There is a mystery to be solved.
It's not that we care about helping people. We just love solving mysteries.
You love solving mysteries. Like, that is your job.
Mm-hmm.
I do
Let's
like
be
a
honest.
good mystery.
We started painting it on the side of the pie wagon.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it just says miss.
Yes.
Miss Pie Wagon.
Yes.
Mispy.
We started both ends, so it just says missing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So what are you guys going to do?
Oh, okay. Look, I've got a spell called Gust of Wind. I'm going to try and disperse some of this weirdness.
Okay.
Oh God, I've got to remember how to D&D.
Mm-hmm.
How do I D? All right. 17. I guess it's an attack against this.
You're attacking the mist.
Yes.
Just picturing like Mackenzie in her yellow dress
Just
being like,
wafting it.
fucking fight me.
Yeah. I've had a lot of wine at this point.
All right.
I'm a fight anything.
So your gust of wind goes out. It, moves the fog. How strong is this gust of wind?
It's very strong. It's a line of strong wind 60 feet long and 10 feet wide, blasting away from me in a direction that I specify.
So out into the road in front
Yep.
from the source of the mist. Mm-hmm. So you do that. The mist kind of momentarily disperses just in that channel where the wind goes flying through. Branches crack, leaves come down from the trees. The wind clears. There are a couple of dazed possums and birds laying on their backs with wide eyes looking completely fucked up. And then the mist closes in and takes up the shape that it has just disappeared from.
Oh shit, it's
And
on.
is even thicker than before.
I
pull out
wasted
my-
a fucking spell slot on that.
I use my double hand axes to attack the mist.
Okay, I'm going to save you the effort of rolling. The mist does not give a shit.
All right, so
Guys, I can't get it. We're never gonna
you
win.
did good, Plank. You did good. Well, if the Shirley can talk to us, can we talk back to Shirley?
You can try.
Okay, Shirley, do you have a caterpillar in your ear, and can you hear me?
Help us!
Apparently so.
Save us! Solve the mystery and save the town. Love, ask for Shirley. Shirley, to the town.
Now, was that the exact same message?
Well, pretty much.
This is slightly different.
Slightly different. All
And
right,
then-
so it's not like an automated.
Through the mist, in the distance, you never saw this before, there is a glowing light. The light of some sort of settlement that you had not noticed before that is down there in the fog. Ooh.
Guys, this is fucked.
Maybe if we breathe in the mist.
Oh,
God.
Wenzo puts the caterpillar back in. He's like, just fucking go to the town.
Yeah, I was. Come on, guys.
All right. I wander into
19
the
minutes
mist.
in. Fucking get down there and solve that mystery. So he bustles you all into the pie wagon.
Is Wenzo coming?
And he's going to drive the pie wagon
Okay.
down to the gate. So the mist is thicker and thicker, and as you sort of progress, the only thing that is really guiding you is this beacon of sort of yellowish light. And it's just starting to the sun's just about to go down, but so it's getting thick, it's getting colder, it's getting more hostile. And you turn up to the edge of this town, and there is a decrepit, decaying wooden sign that says, "The Town of Gunnacarkit."
Ominous.
And Wenzo's like, "That's odd. It doesn't appear on any of my maps."
What a surprise.
Very strange, isn't it, Mackenzie? Very unusual indeed.
It's like some kind of spookaroo miracle.
A lot of mysterious things are happening this Spookaroo, aren't they, Mackenzie? Coincidence? I'm not sure. Sounds to me like a bit of a Oh, that's what she was talking about. All right, now I get it. Now I'm on the same page. Well, go on, get in there, solve it.
All right. I'm going to stick my head out of the side of the van and cast a Arcana check on the fog.
It's not really magic as such.
I got to roll for that kind of information.
Yeah, okay, well, go on.
Think. Natural 20.
It's not really magic as such.
I need more than that. For a 20, I got to have more than that.
You don't see that, like, magic as such is taking place. How can I...
I'm sorry, I threw a really strong spell at it.
Well,
and
is supernatural stuff magic?
Yes.
Is it more like a fog?
Okay, well, it's
or-
like a supernatural mist.
Okay, what kind of magic?
Spoopy magic.
Poopy.
That's not how that works.
Plank jumps out straight into the mist
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna
starts screaming the name Charlotte.
Nope, Shirley.
Charlotte!
Okay, the gate to the town creaks open by itself. And you see that the light is coming from a building in the center of the town, a kind of warehousey looking building. Now, there are people in this town. You will see the odd pale, frightened faces. People sort of start to go into their houses and close the doors and pull curtains and shut latches and things.
That's pretty fucking unhospitable.
I don't think any of them were Charlotte.
And there's also a statue of, I don't think anybody's Charlotte, and there is a statue of a man in the center of the town, right in front of this building, which is where the light is glowing.
Is that Shirley?
Well, would you like to investigate?
Who the fuck is Shirley?
I want to investigate said statue.
Cool.
Does it? I'll roll and see if it has a plaque or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I don't think you have to roll for that. I mean, it does have one.
Okay.
And they didn't hide it up his bumhole or anything, you know.
Yeah, but I don't know.
They want people to
I'm not
see
a
it
great
What is up his
reader.
bumhole, though?
and read it. Well,
It could-
you'll have to roll.
It could theoretically be
for.
plaque like a little high up off the ground.
Yeah.
No, just right at a good spot for you, G'day.
Perfect.
So it's a sort of old blackened statue now. It's got like a lot of chips taken out of it, dried bird shit. It hasn't been cared for at all, and it's got the word thief painted across the chest of it.
Is the paint fresh?
No, it's not. And the plaque says that this is a famous baker who resided in the town, who was sort of, in some ways, the patron of the town. And his name is Solomon Brumby.
I love it. All right.
So many layers. What a dense and rich world.
I know. Like, this is an art. What is happening here?
So
Well, you guys have seen nothing yet. This is an adventure that is gonna curl your straight
wait, it gets
hairs.
better than Solomon Brumby?
Yeah, that's just
Shit.
that's
Do we need to provide some context for
that's
our,
the tip, my babies.
our American friends?
No, that's why we've got a wiki that no one uses.
Okay.
And Google.
And Google, yeah, Google Brumby's bakery. There you go.
Well, warehouse with a light. Should we head there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Okay.
Now, in terms of thick fog, if we're like an approximate meter from each other, can we still see each other?
Yeah, it's
comfortably?
okay in the town.
Okay.
Like, it's still there, it's hanging there. If you can imagine any source of light, it's sort of creepily diffused through this fog. And, yeah, the warehouse is just behind this sort of building. It's just behind the statue. And just as you approach the wrought iron gates, which again look sort of disused and abandoned, and have the letters SB. I had to think about that. SB intricately on the gates. And just as you're about to go in, a pale young woman with a headscarf comes sort of cautiously coming up to the gates and lays a bouquet of lilies by the side of the gate, looks at you and starts to head away.
Oi, come back.
Shirley!
No, I'm not Shirley.
What's your name?
My name's Charlotte.
Oh, we found her, guys. Charlotte, we're here to save you.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I don't mean any fuss.
No, we're not trying to cause any fuss. But why did you put some flowers down here?
Oh, they're for my great uncle who disappeared here many years ago now.
Your great uncle, Solomon Brumby?
No, miss. He worked for Solomon Brumby.
Okay.
His name was Richard Dixon.
Dixon, sure.
Okay, of course.
Well, if that'll be all, miss, I shouldn't be around once the sun
Do you
goes
know
down.
Shirley?
Particularly not no, I've never heard of Shirley. Her face starts to look a bit paler at that, and she was already pretty pale. So you can see some of the wall behind her.
Grab her by the scruff of her shirt.
Well, why are you ravaging me, you handsome big red man?
I mean...
Oh, my bodice is popping.
Hello.
Oh, look, it just ripped wide open.
Oh, no. Maybe I could... I'll take you home.
I'm so milky white. It's so embarrassing.
Guys, I need both of you to leave.
No, this is crazy. Not on Spookaroo. It's too spooky. I must be home. My family will be very worried about my ever-shifting accent.
Guys, I think I'm in love.
And she runs away into the mist.
Okay, I reckon we should check out this warehouse.
Let's do it.
Okay, so it's a big, heavy door, but at the moment you sort of... Oh, Wenzo's not with you, right? It's just the three of you. We should have established this.
No, he's back at the pie wagon.
Look, could be something a little bit spooky. I'd just better stay here and make sure that little Beefy's all right, because I know he doesn't like fog, and he was a little bit upset at what you did, Plank, with that cultural appropriation thing.
That was very insensitive.
That was a little bit insensitive. He's been through a lot, the poor little bugger.
Wenzo.
That was a flashback to what happened before. Okay, so I just want to give you a moment, all right, because before you go in, I want you to think about... what items you were taking in, because I don't want you all to think that you're like that trash lady in Labyrinth who has all your shit on your back. You've gathered a fair bit of stuff. I don't want you pulling out, oh, well, I've got this now. I want you to think about what weapons, what equipment you're taking in. So just have a brief moment, and through the magic of podcasting, I'm going to find out what you all took. What are you taking, Mackenzie?
All right, I've got my quarterstaff with me, and I've got the sober goggles.
Yep.
Which reveal the truth when I wear them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got the chime of opening.
Yep.
I'm taking the immovable rod.
Anything else?
And I had the butt hat kind of stuffed in a pocket, and I'm taking it out and putting it on.
Over your vines?
Yep.
Okay, that's good. You are not over encumbered.
Sweet.
Plank.
I'm taking my double hand axes, my frag grenade, and my whip.
Okay, great. Any items, or do you have any magical items or trinkets or anything like that?
Not really. I think...
Sorry I asked.
I have a cap of breathing, but I don't think we'll be going underwater.
Alright, not taking that. Plank, you are not over encumbered. G'day.
Alright, I am taking my one frag grenade I have left, and my akadaka, because a lot of my weapons make noise. Like my Lagerphone staff jingles.
That's true.
And Thirsty Short Sword. Love him, but he won't shut up.
He's not coming with you.
No, I just feel like I need to be stealthy for some reason.
Alright, so you've got the akadaka, which is your lightning bow.
Yep.
Alright, sounds good. G'day. You are not over encumbered. Alright, so you go into the heavy doors into this dark room, and the doors close and click behind you.
Oh, great.
Now, you guys have dark vision. Yeah? Who's got dark vision here?
I do.
Yep.
Mackenzie does.
Yep.
I don't think I do.
No. So you can see the outlines of you're in a central room, and you can see the outlines of tables and racks and storage and things like that. This is the main bakery area of Solomon Brumby's bakery. But just as you're sort of getting used to it and starting to pick things out, I assume that these fantasy buildings are lit by lanterns. Mm-hmm. The lanterns above you start turning on one by one, but in a very specific pattern. They are essentially making a corridor of light directly in front of you to a doorway, which is at the end of the room.
Oh, that's not sinister at all.
Guys, I think the building wants us to walk in this direction. Also, I don't have night vision, so I'd like to stay where the light is.
That's true.
What do you say, night vision, guys?
I agree.
All right, so we cautiously make our way down the light corridor.
Yep. Okay, so it's silent. You don't hear or see anything unusual. You follow the lights, and the lights go through a small utility room and into a bathroom. And everything in here has a sense of neglect and decay. Like, this hasn't been cleaned for a long time. Things have not been maintained. There is dripping taps and cracked tiles and mildew and cobwebs. And there is a single toilet cubicle. There's a sink. There's a larger sink which has a mop in it. There's a little rack of where toiletries and things might have been stored, soap, paper towels, that kind of thing, fantasy paper towels. Mm-hmm. And there is a mirror. And on the mirror, written in large letters, is, "For a good time, say Shirley into the mirror 3 times."
Well,
No. I turn around.
Plank is not going to do it.
Plank not gonna do it.
Plank does it.
You're going to do it?
Yeah, he's pretty flippant.
Plank.
Yeah.
You are so fickle, Plank.
He walks up to the mirror. I'm looking at the man.
So
Shirley.
All 3 times just like that?
Yeah, real quick. Get it out of the way.
Nothing happens.
Oh, sorry, guys.
All right, let's.
And then a horrible woman's face, an old woman's face, older, middle-aged woman's face, like presses up against the glass, and her face has been hacked to bits. It's like a messy jigsaw puzzle of slashed up pieces, and some of the fleshy pieces on her face fall out of the mirror and clump into the sink and start to slide down towards the drain. And as she's screaming, she's trying to hold the pieces together and trying to push bits of her face together, but they're falling through her fingers out of the mirror and into the sink. This is the ghost of Shirley, and ghosts have a thing called horrifying visage.
Yes.
I don't know how that works, because I think there's a lot of shit in this country that you see which would scare the fucking bejesus out of you, but apparently even in Dungeons and Dragons everybody is scared of ghosts. So there is a roll here. It's a DC 13 wisdom check.
Oh, I failed. It's 8 altogether.
8, so you failed by more than 5 or more.
Yeah.
Okay? So I don't want to just know if you failed, I want to know if you failed by 5 or more.
I got 4 and then I had a plus 4.
Yep.
I got 12, so I failed by 1.
Yep.
I got 17.
Okay. So
It's really quite true to character, isn't it?
Plank, you are frightened by this. Now, a frightened character has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while near the source of your fear, and you can't willingly move towards it. So you're sort of paralyzed by this thing, only for a minute.
Okay.
Mackenzie,
Is fucked.
you have failed by more than that. So I need you to roll a d4.
Okay. 4.
How old is your character?
Oh, she's 65.
Elf years.
Yeah. Well, they're normal years, but she's like a kind of teenage elf.
And how long do they live for?
Oh, like 300 years?
Okay.
Something like that.
So it's not a big change. but there's a sort of feeling, a streak of white goes through your hair, and you feel as though you have aged. Like you would know what an elf would look like roughly at various points. It's subtle for you, but it's 40 years of just being tacked on to your age. That's how frightened you were by this grisly image that has come through the mirror. Now, this is an effect that can, if you're not aware of these sorts of things, it can be reversed, but it would need a greater restoration spell or a reversal of whatever kind of curse, unfinished ghost business within 24 hours. So you now, if you want to take that 40 years off and being the vain creature that you are, what's your character's ideal?
Beauty.
Yeah. That might give you more impetus to solve this thing.
Now, me being like now 100 instead of 60 or whatever, I might be more beautiful than I was.
Well,
You can't definitively say because I'm older I'm going to be uglier.
Might have the Helen Mirren effect.
I'm
Yeah.
not a lawyer, but I'm going to bring up the Yoda defense. And if you remember in Phantom Menace, Yoda, when that first puppet Yoda,
Yeah.
he was like 870. And then in Empire Strikes Back, he was 900. Now, that's only 30 years, but he looked a lot more
True.
weathered.
He was living in a swamp.
Yeah, that's true, but you've just seen a frightening ghost called Shirley.
And now I'm like, oh, my costume isn't accurate anymore.
Yeah, you're just looking at this thing like, oh, yeah? You probably think it's a little bit great. Now, which one of the three of you is more likely to know about urban legends? Who would have an interest in such things?
Probably not you.
No, I'd say Mackenzie.
Okay, yeah,
Just-
probably me.
I would think Plank.
They like
All the soldiers sitting around together.
Yeah, I would think urban
Having a
legends
good yarn.
are a little bit more trashy.
You know what?
Yeah, it's just
I
true.
imagine Mackenzie thinking they were like
Beneath her.
silly stories.
I feel like
I
Plank's...
feel like they move in different circles.
Yeah. Okay, I agree.
Don't you think like Plank's like one of those dudes that has serial killer posters in his room? Like at least when he was a teenager.
Oh, for sure.
I think he reads Take 5.
Yeah. So, Plank, can you do a little history check for me?
Just a little one.
Just DC 10.
16.
Yep, great. You're terrified, and the reason that you're terrified, the reason that you were frightened, is because you recognize this. Now, we all know in our real world, IRL, of the Bloody Mary legend. This is someone you've heard of. This is Sausage Face Shirley.
I was prepared for Bloody Shirley.
Yeah.
No, it's Sausage Face Shirley.
This is a cruel thing to do to a vegetarian.
And we've heard of stories of Sausage Face Shirley appearing in mirrors. It scares the bejesus out of kids. It scared the bejesus out of you. You're pissing a little bit. You've grown old, and G'day is... how are you? I'm not going to tell you how you're feeling. How are you feeling, G'day?
More just confused. I'm pretty sure she thinks this is a prank, like a fun house. But I'm more confused about if Plank knows so much about this. Why the hell did he say it in the mirror then? You idiot!
I don't think you'd put it together until right now. Bear in mind, you thought it was Charlotte for a very good long
Guys.
period of this.
Sausage Face Charlotte showed up.
Oh, please, love, call me No, Shirley's fine. Call me Shirley. I'm so glad you came. You're our only hope.
Okay.
Sorry we disturbed you, Miss Sausage.
No, I wanted you to come. We need you to solve the mystery and bring hope back to the town. You saw the town. I dread to think what state it's in. It must be falling apart.
It's pretty
No,
rickety.
it looks good.
It's so
It
rickety.
looks good.
It's kind of gloomy, but I wouldn't go that far.
I wouldn't live here.
How do you
Mixed
think?
messages.
How do you think I look then, Plank?
You look...
I knew it. You're protecting my feelings. The whole town is falling apart.
Oh, you look beautiful.
Oh, no. It's terrible. It's terrible. If you're going to vomit in the sink, can you just not vomit on any of my face pieces? In fact, can you just pass me... Not you. You, love. You seem to have control of your senses. Little one, can you just pass me that little bit of face there?
Yeah, there you
I
go.
must look an absolute state. You try to pick it up and, of course, your fingers go straight through it.
Yeah, that's worse.
Now, you're probably wondering why I called you here on this spookiest of spooky nights.
I am.
Little bit.
I'm quite concerned.
Solomon Brumby
Yeah.
was a horrible, terrible man. He worked at this bakery for many a year. He owned the bakery, and we all worked for him. And the things he did to us, oh my goodness, you wouldn't believe it. It would make your hair turn white.
You already did that, you ghostly bint.
Oh, careful. Gosh, I'll have unfinished business with you in a minute if you keep that up. So, what I need you to do is find Solomon Brumby's treasure.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. When was the last time anyone saw him?
Well, a few of us here saw him. It would be a couple of decades by now, and let's say it didn't work out too well. I should explain. What happened was that he took credit for inventing some very, very popular bakery products. You know, products that you've probably heard of, products you've probably eaten and enjoyed. But it was us, it was the staff who we came up with the ideas, and he stole our ideas, and when the money came in, he kept it from us. And we all began to mysteriously disappear. That's why the town looks so shit. It used to be beautiful. It used to be absolutely lovely. So if you could restore the treasure, if you could find the treasure and take it back to the people of the town, the families of the people who came up with these very popular bakery products, which I'm sure you've all enjoyed at some point or another.
So are you saying that the treasure is a bunch of intellectual property rights?
No, it's the money. It's gold. It's the money that he earned from selling these things at our expense while we were dead and gone.
Well, if you're dead, that's kind of his right.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
kind of did
if
work
you're
for
being-
him as well.
Yeah, if you
That is not an excuse to murder us.
that is valid.
That's wrong. I agree with
Yes.
that. But,
Yes. But
you
if
were
you-
working
He
for
took
him.
credit for our work. He murdered us, and while our families starved, he didn't give them any of the money.
Well, were they working for him?
Oh my goodness, you guys have no heart.
It's a legacy thing.
No, I'm gonna help. I just...
Guys, ghosts can't spend money, right?
She wants us to give it to her family.
Well, I don't know how much there is.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
All right, lady, where do we start?
Well-
Tell us where it is.
The story is that he kept it in his office, which is, if you just go back out there into the main room, and it's the door on your left.
Okay.
But be very careful, he was a cunning bugger, that Solomon Brumby.
All right.
Is he dead?
Yes.
How long?
You sounded unsure about that. Shirley?
I'm pretty sure well, you'll find out when you get in there, love.
All right.
Alright.
Cool.
So I forgot the directions. Plank.
Back to the main hall, and then left.
Let's do it.
Cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, just as you're about to head out, you hear a sort of retching kind of coming from the closed bathroom stall. Then it goes silent again.
Is it?
If that's Wenzo, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face.
Me or Wenzo?
Wenzo.
Okay.
Both.
I walk over, I kick the door. I kick it so hard, it flies open and shuts again. I didn't get a good look.
You are none the wiser. No, there is a pale, ethereal, transparent figure of a woman, her hair matted in sick, leaning over this toilet and vomiting into it, like repeatedly. Still got it back to you.
Hitting on every woman.
It's not just women. Plank's hitting on everyone. Oh, wait. Are you
Plank's an
okay?
equal opportunity creep.
No, I'm not okay.
I poke her in the back.
Oh, stop that! Oh, your foot goes straight through.
Sweet.
She's a ghost, guys.
Yeah, look, she's just vomiting. Give her a space. It's alright. She'll be done in like 30 seconds.
Hold my hair back.
I try, but
Just go straight.
yeah,
Get straight through.
Let the record show that we tried.
straight through to the vomit.
She looks back angrily over shoulder. She's a dwarven lady, quite a wide face, quite young, especially for a dwarf. And she looks at you angrily and goes, "Do you mind, please? Leave me alone."
Okay, I shut
heard
the
the
door.
Cool.
On with the mission.
Yep, okay. So you shut the door, you hear the vomiting continue,
Yeah.
and are you going out to the office?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
Okay. So you go out the door into the main bakery area again, which has the channel of light, and now the lights rearrange. And the light leads to the first door on the left, which is an official looking door, oak door with a dirty glass window at the top.
Okay.
And it looks pretty official.
Alright. I don't hold an awful lot of hope, but I'm going to try and use the charm of opening on the door.
Yep. The door swings open.
Whee!
And that's another use of the charm of opening.
That's the only time I've used it.
No, you used it. You opened the cage in the last one.
What cage?
Oh,
When
babies.
you were babies.
Ooh, the baby cage. Yes.
So that's 2 of 10 charges gone.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Do I know anything else about Sausage Face Shirley?
Just that she's like a scary ghost that appears in the mirror if you say, like, she'll come and get you.
Okay.
If you say her name 3 times
It's like she'll kill us.
in the dark. That's the urban legend, yeah, that she'll murder
And
you.
that she's a liar because it was not a good time.
So we know she's a liar and she's gonna come kill us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a terrible combination.
Who's going into the office first?
Me.
Okay, Mackenzie, you walk in. So this room is it's quite a large room. It's about half the size of the main bakery area. In the corner is a desk. There is a large cupboard. On one wall there is a display table which has a bust of the same man that you saw in the courtyard. And there's a small mirror on the wall. But probably the most obvious thing is there is a large chest in the center of the room, like a large treasure chest, on the floor in the center of the room. And just past that, near the desk, is the sprawled out corpse of Solomon Brumby, his face contorted into a scream, his eyes wide and his hair white.
I don't trust this.
Can I search his body?
Yes.
Alright. What do I roll for that investigation?
Oh, I should say one other thing. It looks like he's got a stiffy.
Blank search his body.
No.
I'll search his body.
I'm gonna search the statue.
Is it
The bust.
Is it inside or investigation? Do they mean the same thing?
Investigation.
Okay, let's do this.
DC 10.
What about a 4?
Yeah, you
You
like
can see that
go-
he's got a stiffy.
Miss the stiffy.
you like ascertain he's got a head, legs, and you're like, he's got shoes, guys. He's got shoes.
I
And then you
searched the
slip and
bust.
cop a boner to the eye.
The bust, yep. It's got a bit of a weight to it. It's the face of Solomon Grumpy. And it looks like a normal item. There's nothing...
There's no like secret bat switch.
not
cage.
that you can see, no. You can roll a DC 10
Are you actually
investigation.
handling it, or are you just looking at it?
He's handling it.
Okay.
Investigation. I've rolled a 10.
Yep, that's fine. Yep,
10.
no, you don't see anything unusual about it. It looks like it's carved out of a solid bit of marble or stone.
Sweet.
Okay. All right, Plank. Can you cantrip something over there.
I can cantrip anything over where?
Don't you have something which is like an actual physical object? You can pick it up and move it?
Yeah.
Cool. I reckon that chest is booby trapped.
I think that
Sorry, go on.
the chest is the least of our problems right now. That dude's obviously been killed by a ghost because of his white hair, and there's a mirror there. So I'm thinking Shirley's come in and murdered this guy. And she was all like, guys, I don't know if he's dead or alive. I don't know if he's dead or alive. Oh, he might be dead. Oh, he might be alive.
Well, let's be fair. She very nearly killed me by just appearing.
She pops up into the mirror in the room and goes, I do not sound like that. And then disappears.
Jesus freaking Christ, can we not talk about her? I really don't want her to appear again.
Fine.
I'm not cool with this.
A little chunk of flesh falls out of the mirror and onto the floor.
With a wet sounding splat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a cantrip that can open things. I'll open the little crate.
Oh, it's not a little crate. Okay. It's a large, ornate treasure chest.
Oh, okay.
It
I
looks
still open
important.
Don't undermine what it is.
And there's another thing about it as well, which you would all see. You don't have to roll for it. There are 8 dull gems on the lid in a straight line.
Okay.
I still open it.
So physically with your hand?
Yeah, I'm just going to open it with my hand.
Or what's the cantrip? What are you doing with it?
I can open doors and unlock things.
With the cantrip?
Yeah.
Without touching it, just magically? Yeah. Okay, that doesn't do anything.
Alright.
Like, it rattles slightly, but nothing happens. The cantrip won't open it.
I can try the chime again.
Should I just use my hands?
No.
That feels like a bad idea.
I'm going to do it.
Use
Okay.
use a weapon.
No,
I
I'm just
hold
gonna-
my axe out so I
No.
don't have to touch it.
Okay, can I do an insight check on this thing? I'm mostly curious
Just
about
open it.
these gems.
Just do it.
Logistics of these gems. I reckon there's a system.
Okay, yep.
Like a button system. That's my theory. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. 17.
All right, so, yes, there is definitely... You would have the insight to realise that it's... Like, it doesn't look decorative. They're in a line, and they're near the lock. So, it's not particularly aesthetically pleasing. It's not symmetrical. It's not matched on the other side. There are no other gems. So, your insight as a smart enough adult elf would say that it is part of the opening mechanism in some way. That said, I don't think you would be able to conceive of a way where it was particularly mechanical. Like, it doesn't look like there's any machinery or obvious signs of, like, some sort of mechanical mechanism there.
Can I do an arcana check?
Yep.
13.
You would definitely get the vibe that there is some sort of supernatural element to this chest. There's more to it than it seems. There's some sort of illusionary thing happening with this chest.
Oh, I'm going to put on my goggles. My goggles that show you the truth.
Yep. Okay.
What do I see through them?
So you notice something that you hadn't noticed before about the chest. That there's this kind of movement about it. If you took off the goggles, the movement would stop immediately and it would be an inanimate object. But with the goggles on, the goggles that show you the truth, you see that the lid is slowly heaving up and down. It's like it's breathing. It's like the chest is alive.
Okay, stand back, guys. I'm going to blow this thing up.
Okay.
Solid.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
I'm going to help. Are you going to use magic missile?
Actually, I think my biggest one is Scorching Ray. So let's do that.
Okay.
You can throw some magic missiles.
Yeah, I'm
if you
going
want,
to throw a
Blake.
magic missile at it at the same
Cool.
time.
All right. So I'm gonna do my thing.
Yep.
And
I got a 20.
very good.
Oh, hang on. So who's going first?
Wait,
if you
do we have to roll initiative?
Well, Suzanne pretty much called it first, so let's do that first.
Okay. My roll is a bit shit. I've got 11.
No, so you
Does it have armor?
Yes.
Okay. So that is fucked.
It glances off it.
All
Are
right.
you still wearing the goggles?
Yes.
This sort of rhythmic movement that it was doing stops. And there's almost this feeling like the chest has become alert and readied itself.
All right, Plank. Light it up.
1. 3.
How close are you, Plank?
6.
Now, bear in mind, this isn't a massive...
I only do 9 damage with all 3.
Okay, how close are you, though?
I'm like next to the bust.
All right, so... 2
meters?
Yeah, that's probably about right. Okay, so yes. So what sort of damage is that?
Each die hits creature
It's
force
magic.
damage.
Just force, yep. And how, sorry, it was 9?
Yeah.
Okay, so it hits the chest, and now all of you see it. Its mouth opens, it's got teeth inside, it's got a large, lolling tongue, and it starts angrily, like, it doesn't move from its position, but it starts sort of snapping its lid angrily towards you, Plank.
Does it
And
have a stack of tiny legs?
no, it doesn't.
No. It's not the luggage.
No, it's not the luggage.
Alright, never mind.
We're not on Dick World. So, it snaps a way to kill my fucking mojo there when I was being extra spooky. Oh, let's do a Terry Pratchett reference for all the nerds that live in. That's more important than creating a spooky
Oh, you know there would
thing.
be an awful lot of people who would think of the same thing. Carry on.
No, well, that's for fucking Mimic. Dungeons and Dragons, dickhead. So, it snaps towards you, and Shirley appears in the mirror and he says, "Stop! Don't do it! Don't attack it! Are you crazy?
Shut up, Shirley. I pull out my whip.
If you destroy it, you will destroy the treasure as well. It will be all gone.
It's
Good.
trying to kill us, Shirley.
You shot a fucking thing at it, dickhead."
My bad. My bad, Shirley. I jumped behind the desk to put something between us.
A magic mouth appears on the bust of Solomon Brumby.
Why must everything talk?
And he says, "Hello, adventurers. I'm afraid that Sausage-Face Shirley is right this time. You destroy the treasure chest and you destroy my treasure, and then I guess no one will have it."
I punch his corpse in the back of the head.
Fine.
I shoot a magic missile at the bus.
Does it do anything?
No, like you're just punching a corpse. Like, get your hand infected with gooey corpse.
Does it go through his skull? Guys!
You're not that tough, Plank. I'm afraid that's a little too late, my horned friend.
Hard to talk without a mouth.
No, I've got a magic mouth. I cast it myself. Just one of the many curious things you will find in my haunted bakery.
I shot a magic missile at that bust. The bust should be in pieces. There's nothing to attach to the mouth to.
It's too tough.
It's a real strong bust.
It's stone.
Magic missile wouldn't blow up stone. Okay, like, how much damage does your magic missile do?
Okay. I need that. Thank you very much. I have to roll to see.
You have to roll a 100.
4, 5. All right, 13. It hits.
13 damage, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you reckon the hit points is of a solid marble bust?
How big is this thing? It'll just fall apart at the joints.
Okay, little bits break off it.
There's no joint.
Look, even if it tips over, the magic mouth is just hovering in front of where his mouth was before.
That's the key bit.
Okay.
Okay?
Alright, that happens.
If it's not actually attached, then we're done here.
Oh, don't cop an attitude with me, little elf.
If you anything.
If you
mister.
want to solve my puzzle and get my treasure, you will have to do a little bit more than that. For I have cursed the treasure and protected it with a very special combination. Are you curious to know what I did and how smart I am, even though I'm dead, but I'm being very smart from beyond the grave?
We're
Yes.
very busy people.
No, I want to know.
I want to know.
To open my chest, you must light up the 8 gems by speaking the 8 true names of the people who invented my most famous money-making bakery ideas.
Shirley.
But you will never get the list of names because I hid it on my person in a very special place that you will never find.
I pull his pants down.
Okay, so you pull his pants down at the front, and the so-called stiffy is actually a scroll of fame.
I'm glad that happened because I was about to put my hand up his butthole.
Like, don't check the pockets first or anything.
No.
I guess a point to you, horned one, but you'll never get the 8
I
names
unfurl.
by sunrise.
I've got them.
We're literally holding them.
Are you? Okay,
I
well,
open it,
yep.
It says,
and the paper says,
It says sausage rolls. It says finger buns. It says donut balls. It says bear claws. It says brownies. It says mini quiche. It says spotted dick. And it says fairy bread. You'll never guess the true names you have until dawn. I'm Solomon Brumby. Bye. And the mouth disappears.
Thank fuck for that.
Mouth returns. No, fuck you. Mouth disappears. All right, so you have the list of the 8 famous bakery things, but you don't have the full names of the people that created them.
Okay,
That's your challenge. What are you going to do next?
let's call Shirley back.
yeah, she'll know all 8 people.
well, I
Could you
have,
imagine?
I have a feeling like
She
the
created
first letter of
sausage
each thing is a name.
Probably.
So I would assume sausage rolls is Shirley.
It
Just-
could be
And
spotted
her name
dick.
is Sausage Face.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Oh, sausage face,
Sausage face
Shirley.
We better confirm that before we get.
Okay. She might be sensitive, so just...
Yeah.
So are you going to try and say that to the chest?
Sausage
Sure.
Face Shirley.
Or just... Yeah, we'll just
I think
go...
we need her full name.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Okay.
I go up to the mirror. Shirley, Shirley, Shirley.
She pops up. Well, once you've been scared, you're immune. You don't have to roll again.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So you're immune to that. And yeah, little face chunks fall off. She starts to try and hold her face together, and she's like, "So now you know the dark secrets of the haunted bakery. We
couldn't have
need
just
your
told
help."
us.
We don't. We don't know any secrets.
Oh, I've been dead for so long. I'm sorry, love, but my memory fails me.
Oh dear.
Did you create sausage rolls?
Well, yes, I believe so. I remember a day when the baker's table was busy, so, I took my pastry over by the slicer. And I think it was banana muffin day, and somebody must have left a banana peel or something, because the next thing I know, I slip, and I plant face first into the slicer. Bits and pieces everywhere. I run into the toilets trying to put my poor old face together, and what do I find out? That prick, Solomon Brumby, has rolled up the pastry with my face bits in it, put it in the oven. The next thing we know, sausage rolls everywhere. What a disgrace. You see what I mean? We've got to put an end to this.
Frank's just taking a moment.
Just like...
Think about all the sausage rolls he's eaten.
All right, Shirley, what was your surname?
Oh, my surname. Oh, that's a tricky one, love, because everybody's called me Sausage Face Shirley for so long. Oh, my name badge, of course. She pats her left breast, the top of her left breast, and looks
That was very specific.
looks shocked.
DM.
Looks shocked for a moment. I'm just taking that in. I'm just getting a feel for that. Just putting myself inside the Shirley. Putting
It's a
my
very specific
putting my
fetish you got
the
there.
meat in that big old pastry. And she looks at you and goes, my name badge is gone. It's lodged in the slicer.
Ooh.
G'day, you've got small hands.
Well, okay.
All right, let's go investigate this slicer.
We need to talk to that girl in the toilet as well.
Yeah.
All right, so you're heading out of the office into the main bakery area,
Yeah.
which is where the slicer will be.
Okay.
Just as you're heading out, from the display table which the bust was formerly on before that incredibly powerful magic missile just blew it into 1,000,000 billion pieces,
That's right.
the drawer of the display table, the top drawer, starts to rattle and continues to rattle. You can keep moving or you can investigate, whatever you want. I'm putting together a spooky smorgasbord for you guys. You do whatever the fuck you want.
Well, there's probably another ghost in there.
I'm going to investigate it because I know I'm about to have to stick my hand in the slicer and I'm trying to avoid it.
You don't have to.
It's all right. I'm carrying a very long stick. I can poke things.
The immovable rod.
Ayo.
All right, so g'day.
We can use it to block the door.
If we just put the rod over the bakery, then nothing would ever come out again.
I love the immovable rod so much.
It's like an immovable dome. Entertainment center. All right. So, yes, the draw's rattling. As you get closer, g'day, it stops. But you hear a weird sort of flapping sound.
Is this another thing I can adopt? Oh, okay. I'm going to open it up.
Okay, the drawer flies. So it's one of those things, as soon as you touch it, you feel the force of the drawer opening along with you. And inside, there is a small rectangle of board. And pinned to it is the skeleton of a fairy.
Oh.
And its skeletal wings are kind of flapping, cracking against the thing, trying to get out.
Well, I'm going to pull it off.
Pull the pins.
Yeah.
You're going to pull off a fairy?
I'm going to
Are
set
you
it.
going to pull it off, Mike?
I'm going to set it free.
Why don't you pull off while she sets it free? Describe to me what your character does. Just shut out the other two. It's just you and me.
I unbutton my
In
pants.
fact, this is one of those things where I'm going to ask you two to just go into the other room for a minute. No, okay, so you pull out the pins. There's this like little sigh of relief comes out of this tiny skull, and then the little skeletal fairy flaps up into the air above the display case and tries to catch its lack of actual breath.
Can it talk?
Are you going to say something to it?
I want to say, did you used to work here?
Oh, hello.
Oh, fairy bread.
Don't say that in front of me.
That's
I find
so
it
racist,
very,
Lincoln.
very offensive. Oh, I'm better off back on that board. Oh,
We can put you back.
Don't listen to her.
I'll put you back.
Into what?
Yeah, into the twat that you came from.
Did you used to work here?
Oh gosh, it's been so long. Yes, I guess I did. Oh, yes, I did. Oh, it's horrible. So horrible.
What's your name?
I know what you're up to. I don't feel comfortable with that. My name's... No, I won't do it.
That's a long name.
I'm not up to anything. I just try to have a conversation. I don't know your name. Rude.
You're
Oh, that was rude.
Let's try
That
this
was
again.
rude. I'm so sorry, Miss Fairy. Why don't you come down here and have a nice conversation with me?
What do you want to know?
I just want to... How long have you been in that drawer? That's not fair.
I barely remember. I know that one day I got knocked down by a heavy loaf and my colourful dust went all over the bread and Brumby, the monster, he thought it was delicious. He enslaved me, he kept me here, and he would squeeze the dust out of me all the time for the fairy is baking. Oh, it's awful.
I'm going to use persuasion to convince her that we're all there to help her.
Okay. DC, let's say 12.
13. What?
Okay.
We're here to help you. Why don't you come sit on my shoulder?
You'll find the treasure?
Yes, and we'll give it to your family.
You'll give it to my little fairy family?
Yes, of course we will.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been in there so long. It's all so much.
Well, now you're with us and everything's fine.
But we do need to know your name.
Just so we know what to call you.
Because it'd be very rude to keep referring to you as Miss Fairy.
I'll tell you my name on one condition.
Okay.
What's that?
I'm tired of having things squeezed out of me for other people's profit. You make me a sandwich out of things that are squeezed out of you, and then we'll talk. And then she flies down into the drawer, and it slams shut.
Plank unbuttons his pants.
Okay.
Someone get me some bread.
Oddly enough, I don't think there's any bread in here. But let's...
You're in the office, remember.
Yeah, exactly.
We
But
are
I mean,
in a bakery.
Yeah, but
We can make some
that bread is like old in like a week. Like, how long has this place been like dilapidated?
True.
All right. Should we go to the slicer?
She's
Yes.
gonna stay in the drawer.
Yeah.
She'll be here when we
But-
get back.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
I feel
All right.
like if the slicer doesn't work out, we're going through old mate's drawers. We're trying to find some book or something like that.
That's
right?
cool.
Yeah.
There's got to be some kind of employment register.
Yeah, because these bitches don't want to tell us their names.
Well, how about this? I'm in here. There's some kind of like fancy filing cabinet, maybe somewhere.
Yeah, there's a desk.
Okay.
You know who would know all this stuff? Wenzo.
He knows how to run a business.
Yeah. He knows all about administration.
That is one of his proficiencies, yes.
If only we could contact him.
Look, why don't you just let me have a shot at it first?
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we going to try this first and then we'll go to the slicer?
How about I have a look in the office and you go out to the main area and...
Yeah, because what we should do in a haunted bakery is split up.
Yeah, but we're like literally just across from each other. Leave the door open, it'll be fine.
Fine.
Okay, you're the one by yourself.
That's fine.
Okay, so sorry.
With the chest that's trying to
I'm
eat
here
people.
with an antisocial fairy, I'll be fine.
So we're going to stay with the fairy who's in the drawer. And Plank and G'day, you're going out into the dark main bakery area to look at the slicer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, before they go, I give them my quarterstaff so
Okay.
they can use
You
that.
should probably keep your weapon.
Well, I don't use it to hit anything.
Give us the immovable rod.
Yeah, I love that.
We can solve any problem.
Okay, yeah. I
I'm just
give the
joking.
immovable rod to them.
Yay!
Okay,
I
so
expect it back.
Plank and G'day, you go back through the office door into the dark bakery area. Plank, you can see.
I have a cantrip called Produce Flame,
Okay,
which I use. It creates a bright light for 10 feet and a dim light for 20 feet.
is that something that stays?
Yeah, it just kind of lingers in my hand
Oh,
until I get rid of it, or I can use it as a weapon.
That's fine.
or I can use a light cantrip and light up the immovable
It's one of
rod.
those things, Mackenzie. As soon as you detach yourself from the group, you want to be really involved in the group. Would you just like to go with them?
I'm contrary like that.
Okay, you're not there. Was that a ghost dice?
Yes.
A ghost just stole my dice.
Ghost
sorry.
just threw at the poltergeist.
What did it roll?
This is the
It was a percentage.
spookiest spookaroo ever.
Yeah. Alright, go on, off you go.
Alright,
kids.
so we got Plank's Flame.
Yeah, so a bright light for 10 feet.
Okay, so you can see now as well,
Dim
G'day.
light for 20.
And you see that pretty much to the left of you when you walk out the door of the office, there is a bench which has a bit of working space, and then it has the large mechanical slicer. Now, of course, there's no electricity in Fantasy Australia. This is something that is hand cranked. It's a lot of gears and cogs and stuff, and rows of very frightening blades at the top, and encrusted old blood.
Can I put, don't laugh, the immovable rod in one of the holes of the gears so it doesn't turn on while my hands are
I
there?
don't think that's how the immovable rod works.
That is how the immovable. For once, is that how it works?
You know, it's funny you said that, Blank, because I actually think this is the first time where that probably is how the immovable blood works. I know you've tried to, like, close down an entire stadium like a huge sports arena with the immovable rod. I know you guys have tried to block portals, doorways, all that sort of thing. But I think sticking this thing in between the blades of a machine actually is probably... In fact, I'm going to give you a point. Have you got a point of inspiration?
No!
You have now.
Oh my god.
All
I'm
right.
never using it because it's memorial.
Look at Mackenzie's size. Mackenzie's like...
She's like, this is my rod.
I've never had a problem with the logistics
favoritism.
of the immovable rod.
Favoritism is what it is. Where's my point of inspiration? Do I get a point of inspiration for guarding this drawer? You'll get there, Mackenzie. Don't worry. I wish... Oh, you've got a +7 withering look.
It's been brewing for a long time.
It has
should
been
be
brewing
better
for
than
a long
+7.
time. All right, with a flash of inspiration, G'day, you ram the rod into the blades, and as you do that, the machine rattles to life. It's like bouncing around like a broken old washing machine. It's alive, it's possessed, it wants to fucking tear apart your face with its spinning blades. But as soon as the blades hit that rod, it stops.
Oh, God.
And it's straining and it's moving, and you can feel like the anger and heat radiating off this inanimate object. But those blades will not turn any further once they bite into that rod. It is stuck.
Okay. I still want to get it done as quickly as possible.
Yeah, no.
So, is this a situation where, like, Plank's just going to, like, you hold my feet and then just lower me?
You're going to lower you head first into the slicer?
Yeah.
Can you kick it over? So
That is the ultimate
empties
trust
itself?
exercise.
Yeah, go on. I'll hold you by 1 foot and
Okay.
I hold you over.
And for just, like, hold me over the top first so I can make sure I can see the badge.
Yeah, okay. Do perception check for me,
Okay.
G'day. It's just a 10.
Oh, 11.
Yes, you see an unusual glint amongst all the dried blood and offal. Certainly, down there is a small rectangular object which is just glinting at Plank's flame.
Okay.
I need a magnet.
Cha-ching.
Should I, like, roll for acrobatics or something like that? Or are we just going to lower me in and hope that I don't die?
I think like you've solved the puzzle.
Okay.
You've stopped the
We did.
blades. You've found the thing.
I'm just very nervous, but we'll do it anyway.
You reach in, you grab it, and I assume, Plank, you just whip her straight back out.
So fast.
And there you go, Mackenzie. Not Mackenzie, G'day. You have the name badge in your little palm.
Get my rod back, please.
Your cute little palm.
What does it say?
Shitly.
Is there anything else on there?
Not just a shitly.
Shirley Shitley. Beautiful.
Oh, is that... No, I thought it said Shitley instead of Shirley.
I thought her name was Shirley Shitley.
Well, let's go try both.
Okay.
Cool.
So it's a very short journey back to the office because the
we get the rod
slicer
out?
was just, yep, you take the rod out and this thing wants to attack.
But it,
Tough. Walk away.
Okay, so it's just rattling and gnashing and sort of bouncing around like an uneven washing machine. As you guys head back into the office, you walk back in. You're reunited with Mackenzie, who is doing a very good job at guarding this drawer.
I wasn't guarding the drawer.
What were you doing?
I was looking through for like an employment
Oh, okay.
registry.
Should we do that little bit of
Yes, please.
Okay, so we'll do that side thing as you guys did that. Yep.
Okay, what's the closest thing for paperwork here?
I think investigation will be
Investigation? Yeah, okay.
I think it's athletic.
fine. DC 10.
Totally athletics. Okay, that sucked. I got 11.
Well, that's enough.
It's more than 10.
Okay.
That's good. You do indeed, like your time with Wenzo, even though I don't think you appreciate him fully, it's rubbed off on you and you've gotten some
God.
administration skills. So you're able
I don't want
to,
Windsor rubbing off on me.
just like someone like doing really elite Google foo, you're able to evaluate what's important and what's not, and you find the employee records.
Sweet.
They've been shredded.
Motherfucker.
They're just an absolute mess. You can't make out any names. All the names have been torn out. But it
Really?
was once stored here. So that was a good idea on your part.
All right, she throws it to the floor and sets it alight.
Do you want to set a fire in here?
Sure.
Would you... Okay, I'm going to let you do it. You can do whatever you want. But I'm just going to ask one more question. Would you're in this situation, you know what your mission is, you know what your character is. Do you want to start a fire in this room?
Yes.
Shut up.
What's the floor made of?
I've already got one in my hands.
Tile.
It's on tile, then yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah.
It's a book, like it's going to burn and then...
All right. You set it alight.
Sure.
And it burns. And then the fire fizzles out.
Yeah.
So that dead air was brought to you by Mackenzie.
That unnecessary complication was brought to you by a drunk DM.
And we're outside in here and we're going,
I'm
drop
gonna
me now, drop me now.
I'm going to start a
back up.
fire. I rolled 3 for edgelord.
All right, we-
Mackenzie is +10 to edgelord. Thank you very much.
So as you light a fire and you feel very great at battling and defeating this bit of paperwork, Plank and G'day run in with this new bit of information.
all right. I'm going to walk up to the chest and go,
Shirley Shitley.
The first gem lights up.
Woo! Shirley, guess what?
you didn't say
Shirley?
it 3
I'm going to
times.
say it 3 times.
Oh, fuck. Shirley.
Yes?
We found your last name.
You found my last name,
You
love.
don't want to know.
What is it? Something fancy, I bet. Something noble. Oh, well, like Shirley Cleopatra.
It is.
That's exactly
it.
what it is.
Oh, I knew it! And then she spits.
Good. All right. Now, all right, maybe our next bet is to discuss this further with Dwarf Ghost.
I have a quick idea I want to run past you guys first.
Sure. Yeah.
I push the corpse off the desk.
Oh, no, sorry. The corpse is laying on the floor in front of the desk.
Oh, sweet. I throw all the papers off the desk.
Yep, you do.
I lie down. Mm-hmm. I ask both of you to lay on top of me.
Why?
Now I'm going to leave the room.
To make a sandwich
Why?
for the fairy.
I don't want to be eaten by a fairy.
I feel like it's going to be some sexy eating. No,
Do you
fine.
think-
All right, you
Do
know
you
what?
think she was serious on
We'll just
her-
go find some bread.
I feel like that's going to be easier and...
Oh, hang on, no, this is conceptual. What? I don't want to shit on what Plank's doing here. He's talking about basically, bear in mind that you are different races, but like a human sandwich.
Sandwich, yeah.
So, putting a bit of yourself into the sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay.
The sandwich is made
I'm
of
down
us.
as long as I can be on top. Because I'm
Yeah.
the smallest.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, what are you in for this, Mackenzie?
You're the middle.
No, I would have to be at the bottom.
Why?
Hang on. Don't you have to be in the middle? No.
No, I'm pretty
She just said
stocky.
any of us make a sandwich.
Oh, yeah,
ourselves.
okay. For some reason it was directed at Plank. Yeah, whatever.
Where
I'm
is
only
he?
like 40 kilos, I'll be fine.
All right, so what's the order here?
I'm on the bottom.
Face up or face
Plank's
down?
on the bottom.
Face up.
Okay, face up. Who's next?
Mackenzie.
Face up or face down?
Face up. I'm all elbows.
Plank's a butt guy anyway. So.
Okay, yep. And then G'day.
I'm face down.
Okay, yes.
Are you like face level with Mackenzie?
Yeah, I'm like breathing on her.
Can you please roll for scissoring?
A what?
Sorry, I just... Whoa. Whoa.
Roll a
And,
fucking halitosis check.
I had the strangest dream. So,
Now,
yeah.
Save it for the Patreon.
I
Alright.
put a hand out and cantrip. I use my cantrip to open the drawer,
Okay, yes.
right?
All right.
And then the fairy comes out.
Oh, well.
Well, that's not up to you.
Yeah,
Ah,
mate.
After all this effort, the fairy must come out.
So the drawer opens, and there's a pause. And the three of you are just... Are you going to hold it?
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay, the pause continues. Are you going to hold it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
A little skull pokes up over the drawer and looks, and then ducks back down. Then you hear some hollow little giggling. And then two sets of little bony fingers go over the drawer, and the little skull pops up again. And you hear it. And then it pokes up. And then the little fairy skeleton says, That's fucking ridiculous. You guys are so fucking ridiculous. Oh, I wish cameras had been invented because you guys look fucking stupid. Oh my god. Oh, yes. It's enough. It's enough.
Yay!
It's enough. I've been humiliated for so long. I'm so glad to see you guys humiliated beyond belief. My name is Cinnamon Shadowberry.
Shadowberry.
Yes. You guys are fucking stupid. And then it closes the drawer and disappears.
All right. Say it to the chest.
Cinnamon Shadowberry.
You say Cinnamon Shadowberry to the
I
chest.
think you said Shadowberry. Like
What did you say to the chest?
her name.
You said Shadowberry? It flickers for a moment. And then it stops.
I wrote down Shadowberry as well.
That's what I wrote.
I wrote Shatterberry, like as in something shatters.
Oh.
Like, so
And then
I feel like
The little
this is a
skull
DM
pops out. Cinnamon Shadowberry.
I'm sorry, our DM has very poor diction.
I think he's doing a really good job.
all right.
Let's try that again.
I walk over. Cinnamon Shadowberry.
The 8th gem lights up. So now gem number 1, gem number 8 are both lit up.
All right. Should we go to the bathroom?
Okay.
Yeah, well, we know there's a ghost in there.
Old mate Spee.
All right. I elbow plank on my way off the desk.
You know what?
Hard in the belly.
The 2nd gem lights up. You've got 6 left. I hate to do this. I hate to be a big cock tease, but I think that's the end of the episode. I think we're going to worry about the other 6 next week on
How did
our
it light up?
13. Because you said Shadowberry.
He's mentioned it happening twice to build.
Right. Oh, you mean the second... Okay.
I'm recapping because it's the end.
I thought you
dickhead.
meant the number 2 gem.
I'm sorry.
1, 2, and
our
8
DM
lit up.
has very poor diction.
And we stay in this position until next week's episode.
We stay in the
Yeah,
sandwich.
we do because we're going to record it in a minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
A week-long sandwich.
look, I'm trying to fucking build some
Okay. So.
sense
Sorry.
of occasion here. It's Spookaroo. Ooh. You guys have just unlocked. Oh, so the magic mouth appears. Let's do that. The magic mouth appears. And Solomon Brumby and goes, yes, well, it seems you have unlocked 2 of my gems. But there's 6 left to go before you are cursed forever in my haunted bakery. Will you succeed? Tune in next time, dear listener, to find out, or is that find Ghost Devil Pumpkin? So next week, it's episode 13. That's the spookiest one you can imagine, even though it's in the first week of November and Halloween's already finished. But yeah, fuck, will they do it? Will our heroes open the chest? Will you?
I hope so.
Probably.
There's a lot of missions you haven't
Possibly.
actually succeeded in, so...
That's
who knows?
not
True.
true.
No, it is true.
All right.
You killed babies.
That's true.
So, there you go, guys. How are you enjoying your first Spookaroo together?
So spooky.
It's quite a festive occasion.
I'm so excited.
It's pretty good.
Not what I expected, not gonna lie.
Better or worse? Be
Better.
honest.
Better.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is a good one. I feel like we're.
There's been an awful lot of body horror in this episode.
Yeah.
Are you just talking about the human sandwich?
Well,
I'm
that
just talking
too.
about what I'm seeing around the table right now. Zing you guys. All right, so thanks everybody for listening. Please go to fruitlesspursuits.com to find out everything else we're doing. You will find that we do a lot of podcasts, and even podcasts that we're not doing currently. You can find the archives of there, like Book Was Better, Scarjo A Go-Go, all that bullshit, Half Hour History, FP Cast. You will also find links to iTunes. Rate and review us on iTunes or wherever the fuck else you get your podcast from. And please also support us on Patreon. Now, we're going to do a fun thing for Patreon, right?
Yes.
So we're going to do some side adventures, some smaller side adventures, and I'm not going to DM them. This is the chance for you guys to take control. I'll play Wenzo in these adventures, and you can do whatever you want. So if you guys would like to hear that, and we need a little bit of a Patreon push to justify this, for you guys to go, yeah, we're keen, we want to support this, we love this show, let's hear some side stuff. So please do that. You'll find the link to our Patreon on any of the Dungeons and Drongos posts on on fruitlesspursuits.com. And what else would you guys like to plug? What sorts of crazy things are you guys doing?
You can find me on Twitter at hogsandwich, all one word. Come and chat to me. I'm there far too often.
I have Instagram, but you should know that because you should have listened to every other episode of this.
True.
So, no, I don't want your follows. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm on Instagram at Paris Burns, where I post photos like everyone else, but they're better.
Yes, this is true.
True.
Yeah.
Fruitless Pursuits is on Instagram too, so come and find us. And yeah, thank you, and we'll catch you next week for some crazy Spookaroo. Can we get the catchphrase, but can we get a spooky version of it?
Wagadoo!